Hey, how's everybody doing? It's Paul from Magpie 24/7 back again after justice was served. Newcastle United got the 3 points in the end. They got the clean sheet that they deserved, and it was nice to see Eddie Howe's shithouse and Mags back to basics. Fantastic, absolutely and utterly fantastic. Wasn't a champagne, a vintage performance, but absolutely fantastic to see them dig in, to literally throw the bodies on the line and to get the points in the bag. It was huge to start the season off with a victory, because literally starting with anything other than a victory today would have been an absolute just criminal act, to be honest. And I was at quite a few of the Southampton fans on the way out saying you got what you absolutely deserved for your shenanigans, for your fucking dirty play, and for relying on the worst possible fucking referee. I mean, we've seen some shite at St James's Park last season. We've seen some inconsistencies. We've seen some strange decisions. We've seen some absolutely bent refs. But this one today, fuck me, could have been Harry Potter, could have been anyone in the middle of the park, and they'd have still done a better job than fucking that Craig Pawson or whatever he's fucking called. It did absolutely and utterly shagged us over at every opportunity. I was saying before the red card, before we even get to the red card, he didn't have a control of the game. He was literally so pedantic about free kicks being put on the exact square centimetre where the offence took place. At every opportunity, he was trying to be centre of attention. Every opportunity, he was just trying to break the game up, fragment the game, frustrate the flow of the game. And yeah, he succeeded. And before the red card happens, before we get to that, there's an incident in the middle that if he deals with fairly, with a man with two eyes and is supposed to be bastard impartial, if he deals with that one, then the second thing doesn't happen and there isn't the red card. But I was saying, literally about 5 minutes beforehand, he has lost control of the entire game. He is clueless. He does not know what he's doing. The only thing he seems absolutely focused on is shagging us over. I was like, is some Geordie sleeping with this bloke's missus? Because he's literally absolutely and utterly incensed. You know, throwing every 50-50, even decisions which were 75% towards us, 25 to them. He was giving to them all day long. So I could see it was going to happen. I could see that we were going to be shagged over. I was fearing the worst at that time. And then when the red card was branded for Fappy and Cher, I was like, here we go. The circus has rolled back in. The fucking Premier League's referees, they will shag over Newcastle at any opportunity that they are given, anything that's presented. And from that moment on, you know it's going to be a long game. You know it's going to be a battle of wits, of hearts. Like I touched on before, putting your body on the line, doing all of those things and hoping and praying that we've got enough in the tank. But he wasn't even happy with that. You know, he wasn't even happy with shagging us over in the first half. He continued on. Every single opportunity it gave us nothing. Even when the most blatant decisions were happening, it was giving us nothing. And that's what I mean. I seriously think some Geordie has shagged his missus. Something's gone on somewhere along the line. And yeah, he had it out for us today. I would not want him back in a long time. He got booed all the time. You don't know what you're doing. The referees are wanker. All of the fucking classics were out. At half time, the crowd were giving him absolutely and utterly fucking dogs of abuse. And for me, he deserved every little bit of it. It's as soft as fuck of a red card as you're ever going to see. If he'd have given both of them a yellow card, you'd have said fair and fair enough. Handbags at fucking dawn. But the way that bloke dropped to the floor, honestly, he should be embarrassed. He should be embarrassed. His missus should be embarrassed. His kids should be embarrassed. His family should be embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for him. That was absolutely and utterly pathetic. The way that he's dropping around and rolling around like an absolute and utter fucking fairy. No, I'm not having it. I'm calling it exactly as I fucking see it. Soft as fuck. Soft as shite. Disgusting. I don't care. The letter of the law and all this bollocks, you can just keep to yourself. I do not care. It's never a red card. If Gordon does that, all of your Talk Sports, all of your Simon Jordans, all of your Jason Cundys, all of your fucking PC Brigade on Sky Sports News these days, they're all up in arms, they're all fucking wetting the beds about Gordon doing it. But when it's an opposition player, oh well, the letter of the law and all that. If that's the letter of the law, you can stick the law where the sun does not fucking shine, as far as I'm concerned. It's wrong. It's terrible, and as a spectacle, it just fucked the entire game up. And to be fair, if it had been and remained even Stevens with terms of players out on the park today, then you'd have to say Southampton probably would have stood a much better chance. You know, because Newcastle United basically said, look, we're going to just have a defensive line. We're going to hold a defensive shape for the entirety of the game. We're going to look to try and break, you know, and get on the counter-attack. You knew for a certain fact we'd be getting no free kicks. I fuck all like that. So you can't even say, well, we'll play for free kicks and then load the box up. Because you're going to get fuck all from that useless bastard refereeing the game today. We didn't. We got a little bit lucky with the goal. Good persistence. A great finish. Smashed it in, celebrating right in front of me, and I was there with the little one today. Unbelievable, right in front of us. We've got the Brazil flag fucking waving. The stadium's going crazy. And to be honest, the noise generated after this whole red card shenanigans and farce, it was absolutely and utterly fucking rocking. But yeah, it destroyed the game as a spectacle. You know, I don't think Newcastle United turned up in our full form. We weren't champagne best. I did touch upon the fact, I love the fact, I said it on videos last year, we were shithousing at our very, very best standards. Pope going down, taking his time, winding up everybody. Bruno dropping to the floor a couple of times when he got into the second half. Game management is what they call it now, and Arsenal do it and the likes. So we'll just call it, we don't call it shithousing anymore, because then we get a reputation for doing it. It was game management, I think you'll find. When Arteta does it because he's Spanish and he, you know, he's a Pep student and all that, it's all great. But when Eddie does it, you know, to me, I love it. Eddie's shithousing mags, I'll do it all day long. I was happy they did it. I was shouting encouragement out for them to just go ahead and to do it. I was giving dogs of abuse to the Southampton players every time they were coming over to take corners and out like that, because they were all fucking part of it. Teacher's fucking pet as far as the referee was concerned today. But yeah, Newcastle United, we weren't at it even before the red card. The energy, the intensity, being our identity and all that, it just wasn't there. We got into no flow, into no rhythm, into no style. I thought Gordon looked off it today a lot, apart from a couple of decent corners in the first half. He whipped a few decent ones in, with Trippier obviously on the bench, which was good to see. I think it was the right call, you know, today for Tino to start the game, to be honest. But yeah, we never got going all over the place. Gordon didn't look match sharp, and that's going to be, you know, a result you would imagine of not having a proper pre-season. It may take him a little while to get up to speed. But we had Harvey Barnes to be able to bring on in the second half. Isaac didn't have his best game, but he ran, and you can't criticise anyone who was left on the pitch after the share red card, because everybody has to put in a shift if you have to keep a clean sheet to get a goal. And to get the 3 points, so you can't really criticise anybody. Eddie tried to shore it up in the second half by making a few changes here and there. Kraft came on. Murphy was the one who was sacrificed after the red card, and I thought Kraft came in and did a great job, and he may have to continue to do so, because I'm assuming now that will be a 3-game match suspension for Fabian Schär. If there's no movement on the Gahey thing, which I didn't really want to talk about transfers today in this video, but if there isn't, then you'll imagine that Kraft would maybe come in. Will Kelly be picked over Hall away from home for the more defensive side of his game? Perhaps. So there's a few question marks over the defence, but he's got a week. I think it's a week tomorrow, isn't it? The next game against Bournemouth away, so he's got a week to be able to work on things. But for Fabian Schär, yeah, you could say it's stupid and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, fuck me. It's play acting, you know. It's like WWE mixed with the Premier League in football. it's not for me. Like, it's not for me. It's never, ever a red card. But that'll sort of paper over the cracks today. Like I said, I don't think the performance was champagne. We were giving away the ball far too much at first. There was no energy, no intensity, no flow to our game. And I'm just amazed that we managed to keep a clean sheet and we managed to get our noses ahead despite the best efforts of that fucking referee. And whoever was on VAR, I mean, I don't know, might have been Mr. Magoo. It could have well been. But we were getting absolutely and utterly nothing. And even at the end, when 5 minutes of stoppage time came up, and I'm like, oh my word, we've seen out the 5 minutes, and yet he's still playing on. I thought, he's desperate. He's desperate. I thought if the ball's knocked in and it just sits nicely for the ref, he's going to smash the bastard in for them as well. But look, first day of the season, 3 points, a clean sheet. Hopefully we've got through that without anybody being further injured. Yes, we're going to be further weakened in central defence with no Fabian Schär. That's going to be quite a big blow, because you think of the importance to his, to our machine. I would like to give a massive shout out as well for Dan Burn. I thought he was absolutely immense. A huge wall at the back. Touched upon Emil Kraft coming on. I thought he did nothing wrong for the entire game. Tino put a couple of good tackles in. But the entire defence had to concentrate so much because you literally couldn't afford even a fucking duck's fat. Might have fucking cost us today. So credit to the lads to play against them lot for 70 minutes, them having a man advantage, and to still get a clean sheet and to still get the goal, to still get the 3 points. It's absolutely nutty fucking amazing. It gets us off to a good start in the season. 3 points in the bag already. You've got to look at it, first of all, get to 35 points straight away as quickly as you can, and then readjust your targets from there to see how things go. But yeah, Eddie Howe will get them back onto the training pitch, work on some stuff, bit more fitness into the likes of Gordon. It is going to be a definite thumbs up, a definite improvement. And then, yeah, let me know what you think about that game today down below. What did you think of the referee? What did you think of that soft as shite fucking Southampton player? I mean, I'm losing my voice a bit, but I have been screaming and shouting for the entire fucking 90 minutes. I was lost made quite a few times today. I went to the game feeling quite relaxed, quite confident of maybe something like a 2-0. I expected them making hard work of it. A new team coming up, you've got the confidence and so on and so forward. But whatever we're asking for Ryan Fraser now, we ought to fucking double after that game. We really do. We should literally stick some extra one. I think it's a Southampton supporter just trying to cut in front of us right now. Unbelievable, honestly. I think some people get the driving licenses out of a fucking kinder egg these days. He's probably a Saint fan, let's face it, who's just been a twat and folded in front of us. But I'm not going to let it get too much to us. 3 points, clean sheet. Newcastle United season is up and running, and despite being left in the shit in the first half, we've seen a way, we've got through it, and we move on now to Bournemouth away. Let me know what you think about the old transfer circus that's happening with Magpie down below in the comments. The game today, the Fabian Schär red card, do you think it was right, wrong? Do you think the Southampton player is soft as shite? Let me know also down below in the comments. Subscribe to Magpie 24/7. Check out our other socials across Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and everywhere else that we are. You know where we are these days, threads and stuff as well. And in the meantime, take care, keep it tuned, enjoy tonight, enjoy the 3 points, the Premier League's back, keep it tuned.